Hi, Specking for Good TV. I know it's been a few months since my last video, and this is not normally something I do, but I decided to do an unboxing video. Even though I have bought from Vinegar Syndrome like a few times now, this year's halfway to Black Friday sale I went a bit crazy. As you can see, so it's a very big box. There you go. Weighed about 9 kilograms apparently, which is a lot, I think. Right, so I'm going to unbox this and show off what I spent a absurd amount of money on. I love this special tape that they have in their packaging. It's very neat, you know, especially when you've been waiting like about a month and a half. No, it's like less than that, but still, long time. Makes it feel like Christmas. With one hand. Right. Let's tear this one open. Oh my days. Nice packaging. That's a lot there. Oh my god. oh mate. Oh dear. Oh dear. Right, no time like the present. Let's start off with this one. For the Vinegar Syndrome archive. My favourite liner of Vinegar Syndrome titles. Expect No Mercy. Direct-to-video martial arts film from the early 90s. Most famous for its PC video game, which, if you're familiar with Matt McMuscles, is cited as possibly one of the worst fighting video games of them all. Fantastic. Was it what they call this? It's not a slipcover, but it's oh, it looks great. Absolutely good. Love that stuff. All right, Splatter University. I bought the 88 Films release of Splatter U. Probably plays better in my head than when I watched it, or maybe it was probably good and I didn't give it much of a chance. Slasher film distributed by Troma, so, you know, what can you expect from that? The reason why I bought this was because of the Hysteria Continues commentary track. They are always very good tracks. The Incubus. I managed to get enough points to basically get this for £1, so, you know, not bad. A supernatural slasher from the early 80s. A pretty gonzo period for genre films, the late 70s to early 80s. The Immortalizer, a 1930s Poverty Row B-movie, updated for the late 80s. It's about mad scientists. There's some gratuitous nudity. Right, what's next? Ah, yeah. Flesh Eater, Revenge of the Living Dead. Film from 1988? Yep, 88. It's directed by and starring Bill Heinzman, who people will know as the first zombie to appear in Night of the Living Dead. Yeah, iconic. Yeah, iconic. Iconic. Loads of supplementaries here, like a full feature-length making-of documentary, I believe. I'll soon find out why this was made. I saw it once on, I think, a Vipco DVD release. Didn't look that good. You know, maybe a nice 4K cleanup will change my mind. Really wasn't that impressed. A nice clean print does change your opinion on things. I hated Zombie Flesh Eaters the first time I saw it. It was on Vipco DVD. It looked crap. It looked very dull TV movie-esque. And then I saw the Arrow Video Blu-ray of it, and I don't know, it just won me over, and now it's one of my favourite zombie films. Will the same happen to Flesh Eater? Who knows? Holy moly. I think there was less than 10 of these left. The product of a lead singer of a death metal band, got some friends round, and basically made a extended short film. There you go. Good night, God bless. Most notable for the opening sequence, which a bunch of school children just get shot in a playground. That's pretty much how the film starts. It's insane. Very much has echoes of the Dunblane massacre. I can't remember if this film was made before the Dunblane massacre, but I cannot verify that. at the moment. But yeah, not many films start out like that, and not many slasher films have such intense scenes. So yeah, I'm don't know what I'm getting into here. It's probably just going to be some generic film with that opening, you know, one of those films. I look forward to finding out. Bat Booty, American Genre Film Archive, released this film, I think about 2016. It was their first release, and now it's been further revised because apparently they found a print that has more footage on it, so you get more bat pussy. It's also got additional commentaries on it as well, especially by textploitation historians, so you actually might get to find out who actually was starring in this thing, or maybe not. Often regarded as one of the worst pornographic films ever made, not due to its intensity, but due to its ineptitude. It's one of the worst performed, worst acted porn films yet to be known. It's going to be interesting, that one. Graduation Day, another Troma distributed slasher from the early 80s. It's a fantastic slipcover here. I had this was the first release in 88 Films Slasher Classics collection, Graduation Day. It was it came with also a documentary on Scream Queens. It was quite good. I enjoyed it, but what always made me want to get the Vinegar Syndrome release was because of, again, the Hysteria Continues audio commentary, and I believe there's a commentary with the director as well. And also this slipcover is very nice, very, very nice indeed. Christopher George, how can you not? Oh, here we go. The Findleys, the infamous Findleys. If you know, you know. Sasquatch Carnage at its best, apparently. It's got a weird looking Yeti. Fantastic slipcover. You know, I really have a soft spot for the New York grindhouse scene. If Vinegar Syndrome gets around to like releasing Headless Eyes, I'll probably be a day one purchase. I normally wait for them to go half price, so I wait about like 6 months. But Headless Eyes, I've been wanting to see that on a Blu-ray for quite a while. Code Red, I know I've got a Blu-ray, but it's absurdly expensive, like 100 quid. As most Code Red Blu-rays are, I don't know what's up with that. Mutant Hunt. I believe this was a Charles Band production, from 1987. You know the deal with Empire Pictures. They give you a lot of bang for your buck, but again, it's quantity over quality when it comes to Gen 1 content. I've heard that this is quite gonzo though, so I'm looking forward to it. Backwards Marcy, shot on video horror film. I think this is by the guys at Wave film company who specialised in making custom fetish films. Not all of it was just you know, softcore fetish. Some of it they actually managed to produce into genuine films. They would take the money from whatever, you know, special guy was asking for a lot of people to carry items, or for girls to just have wet t-shirts and whatever, washing cars for like 10 minutes. But sometimes they would produce an actual story off of the basis of that. You know, similar to like Vanilla Ice film, Cool as Ice. It was initially made to just promote, you know, Vanilla Ice as a performer, but then they went and made a fantastic story about redemption along the way. You know how it goes. Killing Spree. All so timely. They're all dead, or are they? Oh dear. Tim Ritter, a legend in the still living legend, I think, in the shot on video scene of the 1980s. This is from 1992. Nope, I'm wrong, completely wrong. 1987. Pretty good. Yeah, I got this for a steal, less than £10. Yeah, pretty good. It's a great slipcover. I do believe I have seen this once before. It was released on DVD in the UK, like in the early 2000s, and through Love Film I managed to rent the disc. You know, I guess I wasn't really that impressed, but then again, I hadn't been so weathered when it had come to shot on video films. I thought it looked pretty awful, and I couldn't. The aesthetic really threw me off. But now Now I think I am ready to give Killing Spree a second chance. Oh my days, it never ends. Going to be here for an hour. Satan's Children. One of Basket Case director Frank Henenlotter's favourite exploitation films, apparently. Apparently it's some gonzo Florida nonsense, and if you know Florida, then you know that is really exceptional. Don't go to satanic stuff, otherwise you'll become gay and bad stuff will happen. It's yeah, it's I don't know what to expect from this. Either it's going to be very boring with a number of tasteless sequences, or it's going to be a bloody fever dream. You know, Florida's been hit or miss. I mean, I love H.G. Lewis, but Aunt Martha Does Terrible Things or something like that. Yeah, that was a bit mid, you know. Yeah, again, the thing about Florida films, they do look like low-budget exploitation films from the time, you know, the time being the 70s, but there is something always off about them, because Florida never became like a proper standardized industry. I mean, like, despite the efforts of the likes of David F. Friedman and William Grefé, yeah, Florida's weird, man. What's next? Oh, look at, oh, I love this. Another AGFA release, Shokorama Video Party, featuring 4 films from Something Weird. Let's see, The Naked Witch, Violated, Ghosts of Hanley House, and Passion of the Sun. A bit short on special features. Don't really buy as much AGFA as I would like to. There is some great Something Weird stuff that they have released, but there's no special features, so I'm basically paying 15 quid for 2 films, which I think is too much. I guess they bundled these 4 in because they couldn't find the original negatives. These are preserved from VHS tape masters, which is like, wow, that's going to be interesting. And look at these runtimes. Look at these runtimes, 59 minutes, 67, completely unstandardized. I'm really, really expecting some good stuff from this. Yeah, how can you go wrong? 4 films in one. And you can also watch them completely uninterrupted all night with a TE slumber party mode. So yeah, that would be, how much was that? 295 minutes. That's like, fuck me. That's over 3 hours. Wow, done with this. Look at that. I'm still not done here. Like Corn Shucker. Or it's basically trying to be like Eraserhead for the late 90s VHS hit fest. You get it? A label produced by a couple of VHS collectors who managed to get into distribution. They release films that are mainly notorious for having rare VHS copies and are very hard to find. And that's probably the reason why something like the Corn Shucker has got this release, when it could very well just be some student films from the late 90s. This could be like a hidden gem, possibly. Demonoid, sleazy and outrageous. There is no audio commentary, but there is interviews and 2 alternate versions. So, you know, who knows? Another hidden gem, another diamond in the rough. And finally, we are done with 2 bowl wrap bags, but we are not done. Holy crap. Okay. Death Magic, a slasher film from 1992. Yep, 1992. Nightmare on Elm Street vibes, apparently, it proclaims. Confederate general coming to kill people who killed him, or descendants who killed him, you know. This is a very good slipcover. I really like this. It was near going out of print, so I thought it's now or never. Quite good. Cyber Vengeance from, I think it's another early 90s one. Looks like it. Oh my god, no, mid 90s, Jesus. Virtual reality, of course. Looks pretty good. Like the slipcover's very nice. Like it could be interesting. I haven't really warmed up to the aesthetic of like 90s Gen Y films. I just think it's still a bit too recent for me. Hopefully this is not too meta or any of the, you know, the worst aspects of that decade. I'm hoping for like some, you know, some nice homely Y2K bollocks. Psycho Sisters, one of the most acclaimed wave productions apparently. This is one of the few films to be directed by the guy who funded it. And his fetish, I guess, is like girls, you know, killing guys and shit, you know. Oh, that is a long blurb. Not reading that. Slip cover's quite nice. Audio commentaries. I imagine the stories of how this came to are going to be worth the price of admission alone. Ah, love this one. Evil Laugh. Let's see. Late 80s slasher film. They're very late in the day. 86. Jesus. I don't think Nightmare on Elm Street sequels were already out by then. It's still a conventional slasher film made by fans of the horror genre, apparently. Made by fans, so it hopefully has a homemade quality to it, like a home video quality to it. That would be nice. Yeah, this looks pretty promising. The slip cover is gaudy, almost like AIP-ish. Look forward to that. Blood Delirium. I reviewed this last year for the Halloween marathon. I recorded the review, I think it was literally weeks before Vinegar Syndrome announced it for their October lineup, I believe. Again, I didn't really care for it. I could appreciate some of the crazy stuff in it, like you know, like the butler. He's an absolute maniac. But yeah, apparently that version of YouTube is cut, and this one isn't. And that one was sourced from a VHS, and this one isn't. It's sourced from the negatives. Excellent slipcover, of course. It's got an audio commentary by Italian genre film historians who can put some context to why an Italian genre film so late in the day, 1988. Jesus, was anyone still making films in Italy at that time? Why is it so gonzo when it's 1988 and barely anyone's doing anything? This is the age of, like, you know, TV movies. You know, it's like the Berlusconi age, made just so commercials can be seen. You know, it's the passion wasn't really there, but then again, so wasn't the resources. Yeah, look forward to this. Damn's Evils, Daughters of Helvis. What the hell's this? I think it was some guy in Memphis who basically made a movie, and it got seen. Punkabilly. I don't know what the hell's that. I think it's rockabilly combined with punk. I think that was probably a thing in the early 90s. This is a fantastic slipcover. I always prefer, like, you know, using archived materials to create the slipcovers rather than original art. I'm very sorry. Sometimes, like, the dude designs, they are pretty good, but most of them just seem like something from fucking Adult Swim or BoJack Horseman or some fucking cancer. I don't like that at all. I prefer something like this. Fucking hell. The slaughter begins when death takes a hike. Something involving witchcraft and deranged armed vets, bitter office rivalries, perilous punji pits, and puffy brown plaid couches. Burglar from Hell. I'm really into shot on video right now. I don't know why. Another New York shot on video film, not from Wave, but from some other people. Home invasion film. Look at that slipcover. Whoa, when will it end? Here we go. Home Horrors Volume 2. Home Horrors Volume 1 had some great stuff in it, like Winter Beast, for instance. That was crazy. Homegrown Horrors Volume 2 apparently is full of slasher films that really didn't, you know, make it. You know, got limited VHS release or limited theatrical release. Not very well known, but are, you know, very much slasher films from their time period, and sounds pretty good. I don't normally like original art, but the dude designs is very different. He's one of the best, and this further proves it. This pretty much encapsulates the spirit, or at least gives you a lot of promise. This is what you want the films to be, and hopefully the films can live up to the art. You know, that's the best kind of cover art. So look forward to those. Shallow Grave. Yeah, another trauma distributed film, and the difference between trauma produced films and distributed films is a mile apart. I'm sure you know. Where the most feared killer wears a badge. Shot in Florida. It's basically, it's not a straight up slasher film. It's basically, you know, the man who knows too much, or this time it's the woman who knows too much, and what she knows is that one of the prominent cops in the area is a serial killer, and has to just, you know, try and run away from the guy who has an obscene amount of power in the area, and yeah, basically trying to prove her innocence wrong, because the murders of her friends get pinned on her, I believe. Yeah, it's got audio commentary by Hysteria Continues, one of the reasons why I bought this, as well as this slipcover, which is very nice. You can always tell, you know, late 80s VHS covers from early 80s VHS covers, because early 80s VHS covers are just basically the picture and some graphic on it, whereas this is actual full-blown art. Devil Rider. I thought this was an Empire Pictures release. I don't think it is. It's a cowboy slasher, so I think on that alone, that's the reason why I bought it. There is no audio commentary. As a matter of fact, you know, there are a few interviews, but that's about it. I bought this mainly because of the idea that it is a cowboy slasher. This fantastic slipcover here, and this was the one that I really ummed and ahed on. Forgotten Jali Volume 4. I wanted this ever since it came out, but I didn't really want the didn't really want the box set. I wanted the standard DVD Blu-ray edition, but apparently, even 1.5 years into its lifespan, this release hasn't sold out enough yet in order to warrant the standardized version. So that's a bit disappointing. Looking forward to 3 of these films. They are all quite crazy. Sister of Ursula, that's been released by First Severin Films on DVD, then by Shameless Films here in the UK about the mid-2010s. This has got a commentary track with Alexandra Heller Nicholas. I think I've heard a few of her commentary tracks. They're quite good. The Killer is Still Among Us. Pretty rough, late period giallo. I'm looking forward to this one the most. Arabella Black Angel. This is the kind of the aesthetic that I really like from Italian genre films of the late 80s. Really, when it embraces the Gucci vibe and really tries to capture the essence of the era, while still working within the genre framework. You know, stuff like Aliens from the Deep, very much a typical Romancing of the Stone fare by Antonio Margheriti, pretty good film. And hopefully Arabella is pretty much early 70s Jali, updated for the MTV generation. I really hope that's what it is. Looks like it is, and all the best. There you go. Oh my god. Oh my god. Never again, maybe. But still, very happy with what I got. Finally, it's there. Look at the size of that box. Okay, cool. I'll hopefully see you soon.